Hello, this is my Crazy X channel. Please subscribe.
So I found out my wife cheated with a guy at the gym she goes to. FML. Story 1-2. Everything was great, we were making it. Bought a house, built a garage, have a nice piece of land, and we never fought. The past year she has just seemed a different person. Add the whole gym thing which she did before she got pregnant with second, and it has just amplified us not spending time as much with each other. I am auto mechanic. I built the garage to be at home and to help our family keep ahead of finances. I have been out there working on my projects. Her projects, she is a car nut too surprisingly, and everything else, whether it be her friends or my friends that needed something done. Also have been spending much time doing any yard work that needs done. We have much forested property that needs attention too. My domain is the garage and yard. I do help some with cleaning up the house as well when I can, doing dishes too. I help with kids, but I also work 8-6 moan free, so my free time is limited. I am only in the garage or yard work on weekends usually. She only works 2-4 days a week as a dental hygienist. She has varied shifts and places she works as she temps here and there some. Goes to the gym in mornings usually, up at 4:35 and back by no later than 7, 15 minutes drive each way. She comes home and is always falling asleep after the kids go to bed at 8, we have very little as time each evening. On weekends she still goes to gym, albeit a little later. I can't even remember the last time she slept in with me. So, the drama begins. She says to me June 1st evening that she no longer has feelings for me. Being previously divorced as my last wife cheated too, I had my suspicion from the get-go. Talked to a bud of mine that goes to gym around the same time as her, and he told me there has been a guy following her around. Armed with this new info, I found out who this guy is. She finally confessed 2 days later and said that she kissed a guy that wasn't me. I knew which truck he drove, so I asked the guy in the orange truck. Her look of terror as she was caught is still burned into my mind. She said all they did was make out in his truck on the parking lot, but who knows? She hasn't been herself, and I have many trust issues now. I would like to continue on with her for my kids, and I think I can get past it, but she seems so stuck that she can't be happy either way she chooses to go. Any advice, or been through this stuff before? Has it worked, failed? I'll try and respond when I can, but am at work for a while yet. Life can be real shitty sometimes. Update 1-2. Yup. Found out the 1st of June, and so far life has really sucked. Been married 3 and together for 7. I met her when she had a 10-month-old little girl. I am all she has ever known, and went on to adopt her 2 years ago after we were married. We also have a 21-month-old now too, which takes up much of our time. Update, speaking to a divorce lawyer on Monday at 11. Update 2, so we are going to divorce but be very amicable about it. She realizes what she did was very wrong to me, and we go to see a lawyer together next week. She will not take me for child support, and we will have split custody. Even she agrees that the kids belong in a happy home, not one hanging by a thread. She isn't going to take everything away from me either, but just wants to start her life over again now that she is a different person. I wish her the best, and I'm going to keep it happy between us for the kids' sake. Life goes on, I guess. Perhaps this is the silver lining. Thank you to all. Update, one hurdle after the next. Trying to move on is harder when you continually have to see the person. So yeah, how the hell do you let your heart heal when you continually have to see the person who did you so wrong, cheated on your marriage? I see her 3-4 times a week, dropping off kids to each other, but damn, I really need to move on. I don't talk to her other than the random question about the kids' needs or schedule. Then coming home to the house that we both moved into and just being so quiet when it's only the dog and I work is my only escape other than weekends with friends and family. What are some good tips and tricks to utilize? I feel I want some companionship due to the lack of, but I know I'm totally not ready for it. I also have much in life to catch up on since it's all been on the back burner for a few months since the shit hit the fan back at the beginning of June. So yeah, gotta get me going again, find my happiness. I try when I'm on my own or with kids, but sink back down when I see her. Sucks. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, I hate to point out the obvious, but you need to get a paternity test for your 21-month-old. Op answer, definitely mine. We almost look identical with her being female, of course. I almost feel bad for her, lol. Redditor 2, I hate it when the cheater says all we did was. Like, how dumb does she think everyone is? She ducked the dude. Had probably been ducking the dude or other dudes for a year. Bitch, you've been caught. You've been pegged as a liar. No one is gonna believe your bullshit about just kissing a dude in his truck for a year. Redditor follow up, it's funny because to me a kiss and a B-cake session have the same result. Cheat equals dump. Redditor 3, she cheated on her first husband. She cheated on you, and if you stay, she will cheat again. Don, T stay for the sunk cost fallacy. Op answer, sorry I think I may have typed wrong, she was never married before, I was though. My last wife cheated on me with a co-worker. Redditor 4, that sucks man. Get a lawyer now. If she is saying she doesn't want to be with you and is cheating on you, it's clearly over. Unless you're into an idea of an open relationship, you should plan to separate. Again, lawyer up. It's the most important thing you can do at this point. Redditor 5, the only and best advice I can give is don't be a doormat. I would. 1. Consult a lawyer and get your ducks in a row to get ready to divorce. Do this discreetly. 2. Once that is done, tell her to move out. Tell her you don't care where. Tell her she can have Jim Guy as you no longer want her. 3. Serve her divorce papers. I really feel when someone gets cheated on they want to reconcile, make things work for the family, kids. You get caught up in the sunken cost fallacy. However, if you serve her divorce papers, she is going to get a slap from reality of what it's actually going to cost her to be with Jim Guy. Maybe this awakens her from the fog to work on the marriage, reconcile, or maybe it pushes her to him. Regardless of what path is taken, you're not the one doing a dance to get her back. Oh, and I guarantee Jim Guy is going to disappear like a fart in the wind once she is single. I bet he really doesn't want to play stepdad to 3 kids when right now it's perfect for him, has time with your wife and then goes his separate way. Edit. As for the she seems so stuck that she can't be happy either way she chooses to go is utter bullshit. She stepped out of the marriage to catch feelings. What she didn't do was actually tell you there were issues, and surprising, I don't think there probably were. She just got caught up in being chased that now so new shiny object is in front of her, it's this stupid excuse. Redditor follow up, this, she needs to believe it is over if you ever want to get through this. Redditor 6, time for a divorce, dude. She cheated on you and told you she no longer has feelings for you. What more do you need to hear? I get wanting to continue on for the kids, but in the long run you will both be happier apart. It sounds like your current situation sucks right now anyways, as you hardly spend any time together. I would start gathering evidence if you can of the cheating, and see a divorce lawyer. Try and act with logic instead of emotion. Redditor 7, no longer has feelings for me is exactly what my wife said to me when she hadn't been acting herself for a while. Later when I questioned her about a guy I suspected she liked, her face also froze with terror that I knew something. Turned out she'd been having an affair for some time and she still has never told me everything. I will never know, and that breaks my heart. You'd be very surprised how sneaky and organized cheaters can be. I've heard of people sneaking out to hotels together at lunchtime. In an ideal world people would be honest, but it doesn't always work that way. Ask yourself if you can truly believe her. If you never mentioned the truck, would you ever have known what you know now? Redditor 8, adults don't just kiss. They had time. She knows that would probably end the marriage, so she lied. Don't be a fool. Now that you know for a fact that they had time, if she wants to save the marriage, she should distance herself from the affair partner. She should quit the gym and start trying to rebuild the trust and marriage that she destroyed. You shouldn't forgive her until she shows remorse and a willingness to rebuild the marriage. You have to be a priority for her. If not, just her a lawyer and begin the divorce. Redditor 9, my ex cheated on me. Trust me, you're not protecting the kids from anything by staying. She cheated on her last husband, she's cheating on you, and if you stay, she'll keep doing it. She's ducking him, bro. There's no way she isn't. I'd get out now. Redditor 10, her look of terror as she was caught. Been there, done that, and have the t-shirt man. Sorry for this shitstorm, but the best advice you will ever get now is you control any reconciliation. It is on your terms or she can duck right off. Cheaters do not get to decide. Be stern and be resolute, do not tolerate trickle-truthing or her minimizing what she did. She gives up the gym. She agrees to counseling for your kid's sake. She offers up her location at all times, Life 360 app or GTFO. She calls him in your presence and no contacts him. If he has a partner, you contact their partner. Social media should be deleted or monitored. You have her password so you can log in when you like. She provides you with a detailed written timeline of their relationship, flirting, any physical contact, dates, everything. You let her know you will be speaking to him to verify everything she says even if you don't mean it. You must get a lawyer and start getting legal advice. She could turn very nasty, mate, don't think you know her. If she doesn't agree to all your demands, you give her the papers and inform everyone in your lives of the reason. Do not under any circumstances beg, plead or grovel. Look up the 180. If she breaks no contact, goes to the gym again, lies to you, then pack up a bag for her and kick her out. Tell her she can come back when she is ready to adult. Redditor follow up. Don't think you know her, ducking hit me in the gut. That's exactly how I feel every new time I get hit or find messages or have asked her why her profile says single again. You don't know her. Or what she wants or what she's willing to do to get it. She doesn't want you to know. She doesn't know. And now she wants the guy at the gym to try and find out. The cycle continues. She felt and acted like she wanted to share but reserved her true self all this time. You married a liar. Redditor 11. Codependency. Look it up. Get help. She will almost certainly keep repeating her pattern until she gets help. Redditor 12. She has no feelings for you. She ducked another dude. Relationship is over, brother, that is the reality. Get a lawyer and I would do a paternity test on you, kid. You said they look very much like you, but I would still get one done, you never know. Sorry man, some people are just shitty people. Redditor follow up. You're right, the amount of disrespect is unreal and the trust, well, that's destroyed. It's not a one-off thing as others have said. She did this before, it's who she is. Sad truth. Redditor 13. Bro. She ducked him. Get a lawyer and get ready to roll. Shit sucks. Redditor 14. I'm so pissed for you, I keep coming back to this thread. I like how she said you never plan anything, etc. Nobody ever says shit until after they get caught, and then suddenly they have all these grievances about what you were or weren't doing. Leave her and find somebody who'll happily do yard work and other hobbies with you. Op answer. I know, right? It's all try to throw it back on me and I'm sick of it. Feel I'm going to be stag for quite a while after this. Redditor 15. Gather as much evidence of the affair as you can. Paternity test done immediately. Kick her out of the house or at the very least have her stay in the garage. Contact an attorney to get the paperwork in order. Start splitting finances and assets. Legally separate and prepare for war. She did way more than just kiss that other guy and you know it. Cheating is cheating and it's unforgivable on every level. She wants to see other men, she can do it as a single woman. Redditor 16. More married couples should read the book Not Just a Friend, Just Friends Rebuilding Recovering ebook DPB00120955 sref equals SR13 question mark keywords equals just plus a plus friend kid equals 15610625516 RNID equals 29411200011 equals books SR equals 13 before infidelity happens, instead of after. The fact is, modern society has many more instances where men and women will find themselves alone and in close contact than in the past. This is putting more and more strain on our country's commitment to marriage and in turn the standard family unit of a committed and monogamous mother and father. It's up to us as a society to be mentally aware of the necessary boundaries and precautions that form the core of any committed relationship. Ultimately, most men and women simply cannot handle constant repeated alone time with men or women outside their relationship without risking forming romantic or semi-romantic feelings. In answer to your question, couples have come back from infidelity. It is a long and painful journey. It is hard for everyone. It doesn't always work. Cheaters will oftentimes cheat again. The infidelity may be indicative of deeper underlying problems, and yet you cannot simply let the cheater blame you for her bad decisions. The focus should be on you and your healing, and whether you will be able to ever trust her again. Good relationships can be swept away by indiscretion because of the world we live in. On the other hand, your wife may not be good for you. Get into therapy alone, start couples therapy, and start looking for a good lawyer. Don't rush to any decisions, but do your best to protect yourself legally if divorce is what you finally decide. Redditor 17, don't stay together for the kids. This is something I see so often on here when it comes to cheating. Your kids won't be happy growing up in a home with a parent who doesn't feel loved or respected. Redditor 18, without being as brutal as everyone else, if she has only kissed him, it's only because she's been caught out, and it would have only been a matter of time before she did sleep with him. She has no feelings for you because some other dude is giving her attention while you're at home providing for her. Get rid of her, she will 100% do it again, and definitely don't stay together for the kids, it never works. Sorry dude, but don't get stuck thinking what if every time she leaves the house. Redditor 19. You should not continue with her for kids, as this way you are not giving good life to kids. You cannot trust her, so it is useless to be with someone you cannot trust. Leave her so you can find a new partner who you can trust and with whom you can spend your rest of the life. She is not for you, and she proved it to you, so sooner you understand, better it will be for you. This is not easier said than done, but you are left with no option, so you have to leave her. Never compromise with your self-respect, otherwise with time you will start resenting yourself for that. Redditor 20, have she said why she is cheating? What is she searching for? Op answer, she said she doesn't even know what she wants. Said she was unhappy as she had to watch kids too much as I was outside working on a car, or even her car for her. Big yard can make for a real mess to clean up when storms arrive. Said I never planned anything for the family, but we have been so set on a schedule for the little girl it seems we never have windows of opportunity to do what we want. Her parents watch the kids some during the week, and the worst part is they bought 7 acres of land behind the house of ours. I just can't figure out what the hell is wrong with people sometimes. If this is another failed marriage from the same damn thing, I'm done. Marriage just isn't for me. Story 2-2. Wife cheated or not? Stay or go? TLDR, wife interested in threesome but slept with a girl without me and claims she thought it was okay. We have dated for 7 years, been married nearly 3 on top of that. In the past year she has brought up thoughts about females. I told her I don't blame her and that I do too. She usually dismisses it and feels bad for having the thoughts. I try to tell her it is normal and not to beat herself up. I tell her that I'm open to the thought and wouldn't mind her being with another female, and told her I'd enjoy it and enjoy her enjoyment too. She said she'd probably never do it, but she was thankful that I'm open to talking about it. She has dreams and tells me about them, and of course I'm excited cause I'm a dude and it sounds hot. She goes on a business trip for 3 days. She tells me she is nervous to tell me something, so I say go ahead, thinking she bought something expensive or whatever. She tells me she and her coworker were drinking and ended up fooling around. I was very upset because that's not what we ever talked about. She said she thought I'd be okay with it. Well, if you thought that, then why were you nervous to tell me? When we talked about it, we were supposed to experience it as a couple. But at the same time, she is a wonderful person, damn near a saint. And I kind of believe she didn't mean to cheat. But she did. She has also been overly flirty recently with other guys. She told me she wasn't turned on by me much anymore because I'm distant and emotionless. I joined the military and it's kind of sucked the life out of me, very depressing job, not typical of me. So I'm like, she told me that, she's been flirty, now this with a girl, and you thought it was okay not to call and ask, not to say no, but to just tell me after. I'm thinking she is turning a new leaf, that she is less of a saint. Anyway, she is torn up about it. So sorry and bawling her eyes out. Hates herself. Now she is afraid she has an STD. She got tested yesterday, we'll find out today the results. I'm being deployed for 9 months. What do I do? I love her and know she is a good person, but that's some messed up stuff. And our relationship isn't butterflies and rainbows, we are opposite human beings in tons of ways. Makes for a passionate but stressful life. High highs and low lows. So I'm scanning the whole relationship and I'm wondering if it is worth sticking around? Did she cheat? Do I leave? Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1. Did you give consent to fool around with other people without your presence? No. She broke your trust. She took things from 0 to 100, acted on a fantasy without an existing agreement. She cheated. Up to you whether or not you want to stay or go. We shouldn't make that decision or offer opinion. Redditor 2. She is going to cheat. She laid the groundwork for it. I would get an attorney and file for divorce. Trust now has been broken. So let her go duck everyone she wants, and you won't have that in the back of your mind being deployed. You can focus and concentrate on the tasks at hand. Let the attorneys deal with it. I would do it like this. Have the papers in hand and say I love you, I want this to work, but between this, and you being overtly flirtatious with other men, I don't need nor do I want to have my heart broken while deployed. Trust has been shattered. So, and hand her the papers and say go out and duck whoever you want. Redditor 3. She is a cheater. She did it without your consent and she's nervous about confession. She knows exactly what she did wrong. Crying won't help her, she has to face it. She must be sorry. Otherwise she will do it again sooner or later. Since she can be as saint as she wants, she's just a human being. Redditor 4. Yes, she cheated. Polyamorous couples have a very defined set of rules for what they will do and when and how they will tell the other person about it. If both of you want to be polyamorous, you will need to work out all of these rules. But the way that she is going about them isn't respectful of you or the relationship. Respect has to be number one. I think personally going polyamorous would be a disaster for this relationship and just an excuse for her to flat out cheat and sleep around. Your wife has told you the truth, and she has expressed her remorse, but what are her plans to not cheat again? This part is missing and it is quite loud. Being a military employee and going on long deployments, you kind of have to have your marriage together in order to get through it. I am on the same page with you. I don't know if both of you can get through this. I kind of suspect you're going to come home to her living with someone else in your house. I mean, you could try couples counseling, it does exist, but man, there's a lot to get through. Redditor 5. I wouldn't worry too much about the semantics of whether she cheated. Let's say what she did qualifies as cheating, but where does that leave you? You can end your marriage even if no one cheats, and you can stay in your marriage even if there is cheating. So let's just skip to the real and actionable issue of whether you want your marriage to continue. Here are some questions to think about. Do you like passion with high highs and low lows? Do you want a different dynamic with her? Have you talked about that dynamic? It sounds like there have been significant changes in your lives recently due to your new job. Have you two been able to talk about these changes and how it's affecting you both? When she said that you were becoming distant and emotionless, which it sounds like you agree with, did that start a conversation about how your relationship is changing and how you can both support each other? Do you trust her to have your best interests at heart? It sounds like you don't believe that there was a miscommunication about whether she actually thought it would be okay to fool around because she was nervous about telling you. Can you think of any other reasons why she would be nervous? Does she tell the truth even when it's uncomfortable? Do you make it safe for her to tell the truth? Does she make it safe for you to tell the truth? If you were to get divorced, do you trust that she will behave honorably? Can she trust that you will? What I am seeing in both your question and your description of her actions are two people who are protecting themselves because neither entirely trusts that you're both on the same team. If that read is correct, then even if you two reach a resolution on what happened on the business trip, you still won't have resolved your doubts about the relationship. So focus on the relationship. Redditor 6. She cheated. Will again. You decide if you accept this within your marriage. If you decide to open it for both of you, you both really have to work on communication or it won't work. Redditor 7. She cheated. Stay or go? Seems like she is wanting to explore her bi side. That is a big step and not something you just jump into. Takes a lot of work and conversation. Are you even down for that? Will she let you have other relationships too? Are you interested in that? If these are not yes answers, go. Redditor 8. She cheated, and by being overly flirty with other guys, she's telling you that she's going to do it again. Take care of yourself. You don't deserve this. Redditor 9. Drop that hoe in the streets. Redditor 10. Ignore the she's a cheater people. They don't know shit. She told you what she wanted. It didn't include you. You told her it sounded good. She acted on what she understood from your conversation. Communication issues are common problems. You need to lay clear boundaries, be clear about what you are and aren't okay with, and be good about talking if you change how you feel. Either that or you lock it down. For the record, her being curious about being with another woman is not really the same thing as you wanting to sleep with other women. That's not saying she's not cheating cause it doesn't see you with another girl, but that it might sound to her that you just want to cheat and justify it by letting her be a part of it. You two need to work on building your trust and communicating. Otherwise this will turn into one of you actually cheating.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.